All right. Test 1 2 1 2. All right, cool. Anyway, hi, hello. Well, it's Monday again. It's just I hope you all had a good weekend. I hope your Mondays weren't completely terrible. Mine was somewhat terrible, but here I am regardless. I figured going live would make me feel better. I do apologize for not being around during the weekend. I was depressed. Basically, it's just like I don't really know how else to put it. Last week, I was just very, very down. I couldn't tell you why, but I just was. But I'm here again now, and I'm good enough. I'm good enough to stream. So here we are. We're not gonna be playing anything, mind you, but I mean, we still have an agenda for the day. As you can see, I actually remember to change back to my normal background. So yeah, as you can see, or maybe you've seen it for yourself, the nominations for the Game Awards drops. It's time for Jeff Keighley's weekly, not weekly. What am I saying? It's time for Keighley's yearly yearly circus. So we got to look at that, and also IGN did a top 100 Nintendo games list. So I figured it'd be fun to laugh at that too, laugh or cry or both. Who knows? I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's just like yeah, no, it doesn't really matter because it's like I'm gonna just be real. We're gonna say we're gonna have some opening words for both the Game Awards nominations and the IGN list. So I mean, as far as the Game Awards nominations are concerned, as far as the Game Awards nominations are concerned, it doesn't really matter. It's just like people want to get all in a huff about it, but at the end of the day, it's like your favorites are your favorites, and no one can take that away from you. Most award shows are just giant popularity contests anyway, where they're judged based on, their popularity rather than any actual merit. And that goes doubly for the Game Awards because that's really all Jeff wants is attention. And, arguing online brings attention to the show and all that good stuff. So yeah. And then as far as IGN concerns is concerned, I mean, who cares? Like, really, who cares? Again, your favorites are your favorites, and it doesn't like it. They don't care if you agree with the list. They don't care if you disagree with the list. The fact of the matter is, you clicked on it, and that's the main goal at the end of the day. You clicked on the list and you bought into it. I mean, it makes good content. It makes good content, especially for content creators and the like. So I mean, I guess it's a symbiotic relationship or maybe more of an Ouroboros type situation. Who's to say? But anyway, we're gonna be playing into their hands tonight. Before all that, what was I there were other things. Oh, right. I did start editing on my new video. I'm really hoping to get that out by Thanksgiving. Like honestly, it'll be something to watch during your downtime and all that. Probably maybe it's a good idea to post during the holiday, maybe it's not a good idea. Who's to say? And yeah, so hopefully I can get work on that during the week and over the weekend. Two, I actually started fiddling around with something new for my stream. I set up my stream deck, which I owned for like a month, and I just left it in the box. But it's like I don't know. I was kind of scared to set it up because technology scares me. Like as much as it may seem otherwise, I'm not as technically savvy as I may come off. But I set up my stream deck somewhat. I did some things with it. It's like I don't have a whole lot with it, but I just added some like funny sound effects. Behold. Yeah, so there's that. And I can just do that. I can just do that whenever. Yeah, I need to think about more things I can do with it, or I need to like look up more things I can do with it because it's like I feel like I could do some funny things. Well, more funny things. I think adding the soldier TF2 death scream is kind of funny, but I mean, my sense of humor is completely borked. Um, but yeah, maybe I'll play with some of my other buttons that I set up so far later tonight, but we'll just see. hopefully you even heard them because it's like I can't particularly tell. Um, Other than that, I think that's about it. So let's set the ambiance as always. All right, cool. Hopefully that's not overpowering my voice and all that good stuff. But yeah, let's. Excuse me. Oh man, I'm more tired than I thought. Anyway, let's get into it. Where's my window? Where is it? There we go. All right, cool. But anyway, yeah, we have our 2025 Game of the Year nominations. We're gonna be going in reverse order because we always want to save the best for last. Plus, it helps to chafe out the categories that I don't care about. Which, yeah, it helps to do that. So yeah, let's just get into it. I don't really have anything much else to say beyond that. So yeah, best esports team. I don't watch esports. I couldn't really give an opinion about this, like, honestly. So we'll just go with the League of Legends one because it's the only one I know. Oh, whoops. Okay, well, we did esports team, best esports athlete. I don't know anything about that either. I always voted for Faker because he's the only one I know. You know what? We'll give it to this guy. Why not? We already did esports team, esports athlete. Okay, I should probably go back to all categories because I imagine, the site's getting a lot of traffic, so it's bound to keep breaking. I'm sure it's bound to keep breaking. So let's just go back to the main categories after all that. Oh, well, never mind. It's just going to keep breaking regardless. We'll give it our best shot. Best esports game. Like I said, League's all I know, and I haven't touched League in years, so it's like, content creator of the year. It's like, the funny thing is, I only know two of these. I only know two of these people, and I don't even watch either of them. I don't watch Kai for my own reasons, and I kind of stopped watching Charlie's stuff just cause, I guess. And then I'm guessing this is a VTuber. I don't know anything about that. My experience of VTubing is from an outside perspective. And I've never heard of these other two in my life. I guess I'll just give it to Charlie. Why not? It's the best I got. Anyway, most anticipated game. There's no point even debating this. Like, people are really chomping their ankles off waiting for GTA 6. Just I can't wait. Maybe if Rockstar wasn't trying to union bust their employees, maybe they get it done faster. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, best adaptation. So yeah, best movie/film adaptation. The fact that Sonic Movie 3 isn't here is criminal, and I guess you can make the argument that it came out December of last year technically, but that still should have it nominated for this year. But it's like, yeah, my unofficial vote goes for Sonic Movie 3 because it's better than any of these. It's like, the Minecraft movie was apparently some garbage. I kind of wanted to watch it as a joke, but at the same time, it's like, some of my friends saw it. It's like bad. It's just bad. DMC I don't care about, but I've heard it was pretty booty cheeks. I didn't even know there was a Splinter Cell show. I don't care about The Last of Us, and then Until Dawn. I'm going with Until Dawn because I've at least heard people say it was good. I can't give Last of Us my vote because I have my own personal gripes with that franchise. Anyway, moving right along. Best multiplayer. What do we got? Arc Raiders, ill. Battlefield 6, ill. Night Rain, Peak, and Split Fiction. I mean, I kind of want to give it to Peak because like Peak is just like the best, probably the best multiplayer game out of these 5. And the funny thing is, I want to give it to Peak, but the only one out of these 5 that I've played is Split Fiction. I still need to finish Split Fiction, by the way, if a certain someone is watching, we need to get back on that. But yeah, Arc Raiders has AI in it, so gross. It's like Battlefield 6 seems cool, but it's like, that's also kind of gross because EA got bought out by the Saudis and it's like, eh. And then I don't really care about FromSoft stuff. Not dissing on Night Rain or anything, it's just not my bag. So, well, I'll give it to Split Fiction because like I said, it's the only one out of the 5 that I've actually played. I do own Peak, I just haven't played it as of yet. I was supposed to play it with some groups, but you know how that old song and dance goes. Your friends tell you to buy a game, you buy it, and then you never touch it. Just maybe one day. Oh. Hold up. Try it again. Okay, there we go. Yeah, best sports racing game. I don't care about sports games at all. I heard a rematch was pretty good, but it's like that game fell off the face of the freaking earth. It basically comes down to Mario Kart World and Sonic Racing, and honestly, even though I've only played Sonic Racing in the beta period because I don't have $70 to shell out right now, I'm giving it to Sonic Racing. Mario Kart World is basically recency bias because they have not touched that game since it came out. Meanwhile, Sonic Racing has had several festivals and several DLCs drop. Like they added Joker, Ichiban, SpongeBob's coming out Wednesday actually, and they announced future characters, like they announced Knights, II, and some of the Sonic characters from the comics, Tangle and Whisper, I think. Meanwhile, Mario Kart's got nothing. Heck, DK Bonanza got DLC sooner than Mario Kart. Freaking Animal Crossing New Horizons got a Switch update before Mario Kart World did. Like, geez. I really thought Nintendo wouldn't leave that game out to die, but it's like, who knows at this point. Anyway, best sim strategy game. I don't really play strategy games at all. Like, I haven't played any of these. The only Civ I've ever played was 5, but I've heard bad things about 7. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is either. 2 Points not my thing. Jurassic World is a thing, and then FF Tactics. I'll give it to FF Tactics because it's just like, why not? I know a lot of people who are excited for that remake. One of my friends, his girlfriend was literally like praying to her altar. Like she has a genuine altar for Final Fantasy Tactics. I'm sure she was ecstatic about that. Anyway, best family game. We got Bonanza, Sweep, platforming Sweep. If you know me or if you've watched my content, you already know what my game of the year is, but let's just keep it in suspense. We got Lego Party, which is supposedly pretty good. Like it's a Mario Party clone, but I've heard good things about it and people seem to be enjoying it. You have Lego Voyagers, which is like a cute little co-op thing, never seen it though. Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing, Split Fiction. It's like, no, we're giving it to Bonanza. It's like, the other ones are more like party games, but it's like, I don't care, Bonanza Sweep. It's just Bonanza Sweep. And then best fighting game. This is kind of dire, because like, I'm not part of the fighting game community, but it's like the pickings right now are bad. Like you have 2XKO, which is basically a beta. You have Capcom Fighting Collection 2, which is a collection of older games. You have Fatal Fury, which SNK also got bought out by the Saudis. So, You have Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, which released in a bad state, although supposedly they've patched it, but still. And then you have Virtua Fighter. I'm gonna give it to Capcom Fighting Collection, which doesn't feel right, but it's like, what can you do? There weren't really any fighting games that came out this year besides that. Best RPG. Ooh, hold up. Try it again. Nope. Third time's a charm. So yeah. Be prepared to see Expedition 33 a lot, because it is on practically almost every other category going from here. So you have Avowed by Obsidian, Clair Obscure, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which I heard is good, Monster Hunter Wilds, and then Outer Worlds 2. I feel like I thought Outer Worlds 2 was too recent, but I don't know. Anyway, I've only played one out of these 5 games, and it's Clair Obscure. And I mean, don't get me wrong, Clair Obscure is fantastic, in my opinion, but it's like, like I said, you're gonna see it a lot. Anyway, oh, nope. Hang on, try it again. Nope. Third time's a charm. Nope. Okay, well, let's try best action game. Dang it, we were doing so good. Oh, there's best action game. Okay, you scared me for a second there. But anyway, we have Battlefield 6 and Doom: The Dark Ages, which is also oh, hold up. The site's freaking out. Bear with me. Bear with me a second. We'll see if it wants to cooperate. We were doing so good. Yeah, the site's getting a lot of foot traffic, I imagine, because, you know, I'm doing my completely original idea of doing all this on stream. But it is what it is. We'll work with it. We've got time. We've got plenty of time to kill. It's just, yeah, just please. Alright, action game. So we got Death Stranding 2 on the beach, which I didn't know that was the subtitle of it until today, actually. You have Ghost of Yotei, Skong, Indiana Jones, and Split Fiction. I've only played, well, again, out of the 5 of these, I've only played Split Fiction, so I guess I kind of have to give it my vote off that. But I mean, you also have Skong. And I mean, Yotei looked pretty good. It's just I don't have a PS5, so it's like, what can you do? Anyway, give it to Split Fiction. Split Fiction is fun, so I mean, it's not like it's undeserving. All right, best action game. We have Battlefield 6 again, Doom: The Dark Ages, which is also Hades 2, which is great, Ninja Gaiden 4, which is not my thing, and then the new Shinobi game, which I've heard is quite good. I want to play the new Shinobi. It's just, again, there's too many games and not enough money in my wallet. But I do want to play Shinobi one day. It's like, it's not like I've ever had an attachment to the franchise, because it's like, well, I mean, I never owned a Sega console growing up, and by the time I could hold a controller, Sega had dropped out the console race entirely. I've actually played 2 of the nominations, or I guess I should say 1.5 of the nominations, because I tried playing Doom: The Dark Ages, but for whatever reason, the game just didn't want to work properly. Like, I ran into several instances trying to play Dark Ages where I would go into an arena and the last demon just didn't want to spawn for whatever reason, and I was stuck in an endless loop. This happened multiple times, so I stopped playing it, and I haven't come back to it since. Meanwhile, Hades 2, which I honestly, I need to play more of Hades 2. Even when it was still in early access, I was putting hours into Hades 2, so I guess it's going to get my vote. Hades 2 is fantastic. You should play it, since it's actually quote-unquote out right now. But even when it was in early access, the amount of content in that game was putting some actual releases to shame. Best VR, AR. We're just gonna vote randomly, because I don't play VR stuff, because VR makes me physically ill. Like, I can't play VR. It actually just makes me sick if I try. I kind of want to like close my eyes and do this, but I don't know if I'll be able to click it. Well, you know, we'll give it a shot. You can't see, but I'm covering my eyes right now. All right, well, I guess it goes to Arcanage. Good talk. Good talk. Best mobile game. I don't play mobile games, so this is also gonna just be another one. You have Destiny Rising, the Persona 1, Sonic Rumble, which I'm still thinking is a psyop. I will not elaborate on that. Horse Girls and Wuthering Waves. For once, there's no Hoyo slop on this, which I'm honestly surprised by, because freaking Genshin or Space Genshin or Steampunk Genshin or any other type of Genshin always wins this category. But no, I'm giving it to the Horse Girls, because let's be real, if you've been around the internet, you know the Horse Girls are gonna win. Like, it's not even a contest. It's just not even a contest. Anyway, the best debut indie title, assuming the site wants to load. Come on, we're halfway there. I just need you to cooperate with me for like 15 more minutes, max, maybe. There we go. So we have Blueprints, Clair Obscur, which I'm not in the business of having a conversation if that's considered an indie. I haven't even heard of this. Despelote, Dispatch, which honestly, I am kind of interested in playing Dispatch, I'm not even gonna lie. And then Megabomb, which is basically 3D Vampire Survivors, which I need to play more actual Vampire Survivors one day. I want to give it to Dispatch because it's like, one, I do want to play that game. I've watched people play that game. It's basically a Telltale game without being a Telltale game, like, you know, Walking Dead series, Tales of the Borderlands, all that good stuff. Plus, again, I feel like calling Clair Obscur an indie title is a little disingenuous, but that's me. Anyway, best indie game that's not necessarily a debut title, or independent. Best independent game. I'm not about to get into labels tonight. I don't have the brain capacity for that. I simply do not. So, well, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait for the site to load up, assuming it does load up, and see what those are. So we have Absalom, not familiar with that. Ball X Pit, which people have been obsessed with, that I've seen. Blueprints, Clair Obscur, Hades 2, and Skong. Well, again, I've only played 2 out of these, being Clair Obscur and Hades 2. Ball Pit does look fun, but again, too many games, not enough money. I kind of want to give it to Skong, because it's like, the way people held their breath for this game is commendable. Very, very commendable. Anyway, best community support. So we got Baldur's Gate 3, which I'm surprised is still getting updates, like, honestly. You have FF14, which, you know, would get my vote, but there's another one that's won, Fortnite, which I stopped playing. No Man's Sky, and then what's getting my vote is Helldivers. I think the Helldivers team does a fantastic job with, well, not only balancing their game, but keeping it alive. And I just think they're really cool for that. I'm always down to dive, and that says a lot. Even after all this time. If it wasn't for Helldivers, my vote would probably go to 14, because they do great work too, especially with how 14 fans are. Anyway, best ongoing game. We have 14, of course, Fortnite, of course, Helldivers, of course, Marvel Rivals, taking a newcomer, taking the slot, and No Man's Sky. The funny thing is, I would probably give it to Rivals, but Rivals is just now turning a year old. And it's like, I've been off and on Rivals. I'm gonna give it to 14, because it's just like, I mean, 14's still going strong. And I mean, it's really the only thing making Square Enix money that isn't Final Fantasy VII, so it's like, having an entire company on your backs, that deserves some praise. Yoshida-san and his team definitely deserve all the kudos. Anyway, games for impact. I never know what to do with this category, because it's like, most of the games in this category I don't play or haven't played or even really heard of. Oh, hold up. Try it again. There we go. Ye have consumed me, Despelote. Oh wait, I actually have played one of the games in this. Lost Records, Booming Rage, South of Midnight, and Wanderstop. My vote goes to South of Midnight, because I mean, it's the only one of these 5 games that I've played. I had a great time with it, and I know someone who worked on it, which is... I pray that she's doing well, even with the hard times that she's going through. If she sees this, I doubt it, but who's to say? Anyway, oh, hold up. Try it again. Innovation and accessibility. You have, oh yeah, accessibility options. You have Assassin's Creed Shadows, Atomfall, Doom the Dark Ages, EA Sports, and South of Midnight. I mean, excuse me. I kind of want to give it to South of Midnight again, but I can make an argument for Dark Ages since, from what I have played of it, it does have some nice accessibility issues. You can tweak a lot with it. You can tweak a lot with it more than I would consider you ever would be able to tweak with a Doom title. Yeah, let's give it to South of Midnight. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Innovation. Oh wait, we just did that. Whoops. Right, the site's slow. Best performance. Oop. All right. Try it again. Maybe. Fingers crossed. Oh, there goes my vote. I guess I didn't vote for it. Who knows? All right, there we go. So yeah, we have. Jesus, this is basically the Expedition 33 category. So you have Ben Starr of Expedition 33, who played Verso, I believe. You have Charlie Cox of Expedition 33, who played Gustav. You have Erika Ishii, who was the protagonist of Ghost of Yote. You have Jennifer English, which I want to say she was Mael. And you have Konatsu Kato, who was protag in Silent Hill F, and then Troy Baker and from Indiana Jones. I want to give it to Charlie Cox, as like his performance as Gustav just like was part of the reason why the game endeared me so much. Like even with the limited amount of time you have with him, I guess that's a slight spoiler. Gustav was great. And I missed him, even after as far as the game as I got through. Best audio design. Oop. Try it again. We got Battlefield 6, Claire Obscure, Death Stranding, Ghost of Yote, and Silent Hill F. I'm giving it to Silent Hill F because like I feel like horror anything lives and dies by its audio design, because like it's such a necessary part for any horror experience. It's like it really amplifies it and all that. Anyway, best score and music, soundtrack time. I can already guess what one of the nominations is. Excuse me. If I had to take a wild guess, yep, there it is. So you have Silk Song, Hades 2, Claire Obscure, Ghost of Yote, and Death Stranding 2. Honestly, it's probably going to be between Hades 2 and Expedition 33, as I mean, both of them have excellent soundtracks. It's just, which one do I like more? I think I'm going to give it to Expedition, because it's like the soundtracks in that game is quite good, quite amazing actually, very grandiose. Anyway, best art direction. You got Claire Obscure, Death Stranding, Ghost of Yote, Hades 2, and Silk Song. I also want to give it to Claire Obscure for art direction, because it's just like the visuals in that game are also breathtaking. It's like it's both realistic and fantastical at the same time, which is like I dig that. I dig that a lot. Best narrative. Claire Obscure, Death Stranding, Ghost of Yotei, Kingdom Come, and Silent Hill Up. Well, again, I've only played 1 out of 5 of these games. At the same time, I don't want to give my vote for Claire Obscure because it's just like, as good as the game is, and believe me, the game is good, it really does kind of drop the ball, narratively speaking, at the 3rd act, which I'm not alone in thinking that, and it's like that kind of kills a bit of the momentum it has for me, but I don't have anything else to say. It's like, I should vote for Claire, but I'm just gonna give it to Silent Hill, because why not, I guess. Oh, come on, we're almost done here, please. Just bear with me like 5 more minutes. I just need 5 more minutes of your time. And then we can get to laughing at IGN. Please. Alright, best game direction. Claire Obscure, Death Stranding, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, and Split Fiction. I mean, I don't know, game direction's always a weird one for me, because like I don't really know how to define it. Maybe that's a personal failing, like I'm just stupid, but I don't know. Because it's like, I guess with game direction, I kind of want to give it to Split Fiction because it manages to do so many different genres and do them all effectively and just blends them together. Because like Hades 2 is great. It's just basically the first game but more and improved. And then Claire Obscure is just like, it doesn't do anything like completely groundbreaking new, but it's just like it blends the tools that it uses together so seamlessly. If I'm making any sort of sense right now. I pray to God I'm making some sort of sense. Also, we have ads incoming on the Twitch side, but I am multi-streaming this. I figured it'd be nice to get that content up on YouTube. I'm gonna give it to Split Fiction. Yeah. And then finally, the big one, Game of the Year. You have Claire Obscure, of course, Death Stranding, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Silk Song, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which again, I've heard is quite good. I've heard it's quite good, but it's like I said, if you've hung around my channel for a while, you already know my Game of the Year was decided the second I played it, and it's like, if you don't know, if you haven't been around, excuse me, we're gonna pause the music. We're gonna pause the music for a second. Anyway, if you haven't been around my circles, you really should come around my circles. I have a whole video showing what my Game of the Year is and talking about it at a bit of length. Insert selfless shilling here, I guess. Yeah, it's DK Bonanza. Bonanza is my Game of the Year without question. Like, it was the platforming sweep will continue. It was Astrobot's win last year. It's about to be Donkey Kong's this year. Realistically speaking, Claire Obscure is probably going to take the trophy, but I want to hope, and I want to cope that the monkey takes home the gold. Because then that'll be the second year in a row that a 3D platformer took Game of the Year. Even if it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, I would still feel justified if DK Bonanza won. Like, Bonanza it was a decade plus in the making. It was a return of an icon that's near and dear to my heart. Not as near and dear as some others, but still. We've been waiting a long time for a new Donkey Kong game, and even longer for a new 3D Donkey Kong game, and how good it was, it blew my socks off. Not to mention it came out at the perfect time, because I was in a very, very bad place at the time, and Bonanza was literally like the one source of joy just carrying me through that period. So, I may be a little biased in that too, but yeah. Claire Obscure is probably going to take the win. But DK Bonanza is my game of the year, and if it wins, all the better. But yeah, those are all the nominations. That went relatively fast, actually. My throat's parched and I have to go to the bathroom, so you know what? I know we just got out of ad hell. Oh well, I can't even run more ads. Anyway, I really need to edit be right back soon. But anyway, we're going to be right back. Or I'm going to be right back. And once I do get back, we will look at the IGN list and laugh at it. So don't go anywhere. Alright. I've returned with water and less full of piss than I was like 2 minutes ago. Anyway, let me pull up this IGN list so we can look at that. Top 100 Nintendo games. Okay, there we go. But yeah, like I said, don't take lists like these seriously. It's like whether you disagree or agree with them is it doesn't matter. It truly does not matter at the end of it all. Okay, can we? All right, we I think we can see it. We can see that, right? Yeah, I think we can see that. Anyway, so yeah, this is IGN's 100 best Nintendo games of all time. It qualifies to make our list. Vast majority you'll see you either developed in or published by Nintendo. There's also room for some others. These games that are synonymous with Nintendo consoles, or at least a period of timed exclusivity on one of its many home devices and handhelds. Alright, so yeah, so basically, they're including third-party stuff. As long as it was primarily on a Nintendo console, it's fair game. Anyway, let's get begun. We have number 100, with Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem, which I mean, sure, I guess. I've never played Eternal Darkness, but it's like, apparently it's a pretty good horror game. It was on the GameCube, funny enough, which I mean, you don't really see a lot of M-rated titles on Nintendo systems, especially not back then, so I mean, it's whatever. I'll accept that. This one, I don't even know why this one, why did this one even make the list? This is literally like a who invited bro to the party mode. It's like, out of all the GTA games you could be playing, you are not going to be playing Chinatown Wars on the freaking Nintendo DS. If anything, you were probably going to play this on the PSP, or like one of the other GTA outings on the PSP, or you know, just freaking GTA 4, which I'm pretty sure that was the most modern title at the time, maybe. Yeah, we already got one strike. This is like This is like, I put like literally anything else besides Chinatown Wars, but sure, whatever. OG Star Fox. I can't speak that much because I actually haven't played the original Star Fox. I really should one day. But yeah, it's too low. It's too low. It's like I'm guessing 64 is higher, but it's like I'd put this higher. Like honestly, we'll count that as another strike. So there's 2. Super Castlevania 4 is just, I can't really speak on it because I haven't really played any of the Nintendo Castlevania games. Well, let me rephrase that. I've played one, and it's not good because the Castlevania games on Nintendo 64 are not good. So I mean, I can't speak much on Super Castlevania 4. So I guess it gets a pass off that alone. Sure. I've never even heard of this game before, so I have nothing to say on it. Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Some would argue that this deserves to be higher. I am not one of those people. Not because I hate 3 Houses, because I really don't care about Fire Emblem. I'm sorry, just RPGs are already not really a preferred genre of mine, but strategy RPGs are like probably my least favorite genre of games that I'm willing to play, because it's like, if I had to go like with actual least favorite genre, it's probably sports games. It's like I never cared about sports games unless they were like Mario related. But yeah, I can't speak much on 3 Houses because I don't care about Fire Emblem. I've never played a Professor Layton game, so I have nothing to say about that. This is weird to see. This is very weird to see because like WWF No Mercy was an old wrestling game on the Nintendo 64, which I mean, No Mercy is actually quite good. It's funny how I just said I don't really care about sports games, but I mean, I've played a few wrestling games in my day. I don't really care about wrestling, but some of my friends did, and it was always a fun time. But you know what? I'll give No Mercy a pass. It is fun. This is a strike. This is a strike. Robobot's way too freaking low. Like, none of Kirby's games are bad. I will die on that hill, truly and utterly. But like, even among Kirby's games, I'd consider Robobot to be one of his best. Like, I'd put it up there with like Superstar Ultra and Forgotten Land and some other ones that I can't think of right now. Man, if I had to pick a top 5 Kirby games, let me put it like this: if I had to pick a top 5 Kirby games, Robobot would be up there. I think it'd probably be top 3, up there with Forgotten Land and Superstar Ultra, actually. But yeah, Robobot's way too freaking low. That's a 3rd strike. God, I hope we were on this list. Speaking of strikes, Diddy Kong Racing just, why are you in the 90s? Like, come on now. We could have maybe got you in the 80s or like the 70s or something. Like, yeah. Mario Kart's the golden child. People want to put Mario Kart in a pedestal. I mean, to be fair, if we had to compare Diddy Kong Racing and Mario Kart 64, Mario Kart's the more complex game when it comes to the racing, but I feel like Diddy Kong racing is the better experience because there's just more to it. You have a killer soundtrack, you have multiple vehicles, and you have an actual freaking story mode. God, just like, you don't put this game on NSO and then you disrespect it like this. I guess that's 4 strikes. Hot take, maybe. I didn't like The World Ends With You. I tried playing it back when it first came out because I was still kind of heavy in my Kingdom Hearts phase. And I mean, look at it. It was developed by Squeenix, and I mean, it's about as Kingdom Hearts as you can get without it being Kingdom Hearts. At least I think it was Squeenix. Maybe? I'm actually not sure. But yeah, I couldn't get past the controls. I know it's on the DS, so you know, touchscreen stuff, but it's like, it was just so clunky. Even for me, I could not get into it. I'm giving this a strike. I think this is 5 strikes because Captain Toad being higher than Star Fox and Diddy Kong Racing. No, just like no disrespect to Captain Toad. It's like no, just no. It can't be higher than that. So yeah, that's 5 strikes. Never played a Golden Sun, so I have nothing to say. This is another strike because out of all the Mario sports games I'm putting on a Nintendo list, Toadstool Tour is not one of them. Like, I never cared for Mario Golf, and I would say Toadstool Tour is probably the best of the Mario Golf games, but like, no, like, where's Superstar Baseball? Where's Strikers? Where's Strikers Charged? And more importantly, why is it above Diddy Kong Racing? Just no, that's strike number 6. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, remember how I said I added some funny stuff to my Steam Deck? Yeah, hey, do you like Super Monkey Ball? It's like, bro, come on now.
Bro, I knew I liked you, dude. Come here, bring it in, bring it in, brother.
Yeah, so I had to put that. That was me fooling around with the Stream Deck. I'm sorry. But yeah, Super Monkey Ball 2 is probably the best of the bunch. Banana pun intended. I do enjoy me some Monkey Ball. Would I put it above Diddy Kong Racing? That's debatable. I'll give it a pass though. Beautiful Joe, Beautiful Joe's never stuck with me specifically, but you know what? I will give it a pass. I'll give it a pass because pour one out for Joe. Maybe since Clover Studios is back, maybe we can get a 3rd game. Okay, listen, F-Zero deserves its flowers as much as the next guy, but would I put it this high up? You know what? F-Zero gets a pass. Captain Falcon needs some love, and it's like he hasn't gotten a game since this, or a new game since this, so it's like, you know, pour one out. GX can have its spot. No. This is strike 7, just like, no. Like, Ring Fit Adventure does seem fun, and it does seem like a good workout, but it's like, I would not put this above Diddy Kong Racing. I like how this is my benchmark of things, so that's strike 7. Never played an Ace Attorney game, got nothing to say, don't really have anything to say on it. Castlevania 3, I don't have anything to say on it either, but I feel like Castlevania 4 is better. I wouldn't know. Never played a Mother title, so I've never touched Mother 3 or Earthbound, but I mean, maybe one day, but sure, it could be there. Never touched Elite Beat Agent, so I have nothing to say on that. Sorry about that. Anyway, this is 5 strikes. This is 5 strikes in itself. It's like, you can't put one of Rare's best games, arguably one of the best Nintendo games, period, this low. It's like, I'm offended. How dare you put DKC2 this low? Like, this is probably one of, if not one of the best games on its console, much less in their library specifically. Like, yeah, the first Donkey Kong Country game sold better, but I mean, the first game always sells better. The sequels hardly ever, rarely perform better than the first games. It's just like, you could make the argument that DKC2 is the best out of DK's games. I would. It's certainly one of Rare's best, but it's like, yeah, no, this is, we were at strike number 7. This is 5 strikes in itself. I don't care. We're on 12 strikes just with DKC2 alone. And this is probably going to be my new benchmark of what deserved or didn't deserve to be higher. Speaking of something that didn't deserve to be higher, God no. I am a Sunshine hater. Like, I don't hate Sunshine. Like, hate's a strong word, but it's like, Super Mario Sunshine is Mario's weakest 3D entry. I will die on that hill. Like, I would rather play 64, like original 64 and all its clunky glory than play through Sunshine. It's just like, I know. It's like, it doesn't have anything to do with FLUDD, because like Mario Sunshine does control well, but it's like the way that game is structured, just it rustles my jammies. It rustles my jammies. Something fierce. Just deep breath. Deep breath. One of these days I have to do a video on my, can I say disdain, or maybe disdain's too, I need to do a video on why I don't particularly care for Sunshine one of these days. I have to explain that in detail, because it's like, it really just rustles my jammies. That's another strike. That's strike 13. And I definitely would not put this above DKC2. I've never played a mana game, although I think the studio got no, that's a different mana game, I think. Yeah, I've never played a mana game, so I can't say anything. I've never touched an ogre battle game, especially not this one. Apparently this was on the Nintendo 64, so I don't know, maybe there's 2 good RPGs on the Nintendo 64. If you ask me, there's only one good RPG on that console, and it's Paper Mario. And no, I don't think Quest 64 is a good game, although some people would disagree with that. I have nothing to say on this. I'm giving it a strike anyway, because I wouldn't put it above DKC2, so that's 14. You know what? Part of me does miss Wave Race. I'm not gonna lie. A small part of me does miss Wave Race. Would I put it above DKC2? God no. But I'll give it a pass. I will give this a pass. Never played it. I haven't played Sin and Punishment Star Successor. I have played the original Sin and Punishment though. That was a trip. So I do kind of want to play this one day. The only problem with this is that this is on the Wii, so it's like, well, I still own my Wii, but the Wii shop is dead, and it's like, I could play this through other legally ambiguous means. I would just have no idea how to set that up. I know it's possible, but maybe one day. Maybe one day. I'll give it a pass. Rogue Leader. Yeah, Rogue Leader can have this. I think Rogue Leader is better than Rogue Squadron. Although, I don't know, part of me just prefers Rogue Squadron. I think it's nostalgia, really. I've never played a Xenoblade game. I don't really have any desire to play a Xenoblade game, so pass. I haven't played Live Alive. I've heard good things about it. I'll give it a pass, I guess. Punch Out, yeah, sure. It can be up there for his historical sake. Plus, I mean, it did give us Little Mac and all that. One of the legacy titles, so I guess it gets a pass. Wario Land 4. The funny thing is, Wario Land 4 is actually the only Wario Land game I haven't played. I spent like a good chunk of, I think it was actually last year, maybe it was the year before that, I actually played through the Wario Land games on stream, and I enjoyed myself. I just haven't gotten around to this one. I've played 1, 2, and 3. I've played Wario World, and I played Wario Land Shake It, but never Wario Land 4. This is on NSO, so maybe one day I'll give it a shot, but I mean, I have enjoyed his other outings, so sure. I don't know if I'd put it above DKC2 personally, but I'll give it a pass. I do kind of wish Wario Land 4 would come back. I'll accept this. I will accept this. Like, Superstar Saga is a fantastic game. I mean, it's not the best Mario and Luigi game, if you ask me. I'm hoping I see the one that I do consider the best on this list. I doubt it, but I mean, I think Superstar Saga deserves its spot. you know what? Screw it. We'll give it we'll give it a pass. It's like, you know, this is where it started. It's up there for historical presence. It's another legacy pick. So sure. Never played a Dragon Quest game, so I got nothing to say. I never really got into Monster Hunter, so I have nothing to say there either. This gets a strike, so we're up to 15, I think, mainly because I don't know why they went with OG Turbo instead of Super Turbo, because even I'm not a fighting game nerd, but even I know Super Turbo is like the definitive version of Street Fighter 2. Or maybe Super Turbo never got a console port. I don't know. Maybe. Hold on. I'm curious about this now. Hang on a second. Okay, so it turns out Super Turbo never got a port on a Nintendo console, or at least not a console. It got a port on the Game Boy Advance of all things, apparently. So I take that strike back. This is all we got. So we're back to 14. You know what? I put the strike back after taking it off. Yoshi's Island being this low is quite frankly criminal. You know what? We're adding 3 strikes. We're making it 17. I'm putting 3 strikes to this. I don't have that big of an attachment to Yoshi's Island, but it's like, it should be higher. It should be way higher than this. It's just, nah. So we're at 17 strikes. I'm not a Zelda guy. I've actually never played Twilight Princess, so I don't really have much to say. I've played very few Zelda titles to completion. I'm accepting this. I would put Black and White 2 higher personally, because it's like Gen 5 is my second favorite generation, and Black and White 2 is basically where Game Freak peaked with its 2D art style. But I'm certain there are other Pokemon games on this list. I'm certain that Red and Blue will be on here, but maybe we'll see some other ones. So yeah, I'll give it a pass. I'm shocked that Perfect Dark made it this high. Or if anything, I'm shocked that this game made it on here at all. I was honestly expecting GoldenEye to be on this list, and for all I know, GoldenEye will be on this list, but you know what? I will give them props for paying homage to Perfect Dark, especially since the new game got freaking canceled and just... That's not why we're here today, Preacher. Let's just focus on the task at hand. Focus on the task at hand. I'll give DK94 a pass because it's like it does innovate on the original arcade title, and it is a fun time. Plus, I mean, that's basically where Mario vs. Donkey Kong started. So, you know, I'll give DK94 a pass. I think this is a fine place for Splatoon. I never got into Splatoon personally. In fact, Splatoon 3 is the only Splatoon I ever played. And I mean, I enjoyed it for a time. I kind of just dropped it after going through the campaign and playing online a few times. It's like, I think it's fine. I'm giving this a strike because I feel like Jamboree is like recency bias. Don't get me wrong, Jamboree is fun. I do think Jamboree is fun. I kind of wish I played it more, but it's like, there are other Mario parties I would consider to be more worthy of this list. I would have gone with Mario Party 2 or 3 or 6 personally, but it's like, Plus, they refuse to make DLC for these newer Mario parties, which I don't get. I'll give it a pass, though. I've never played any of the Bayo games, so it's like, I wouldn't put Bayo above DKC2 or... Yeah, no, I wouldn't have put Bayo above DKC2. I'm giving this a strike. We're up to 18 strikes. Animal Crossing Newly. I was never into Animal Crossing, so I have nothing to say on this. Metroid Dread. I will give this a pass only because I'm not that big of a Metroid head. I've only played a few Metroid games. Well, actually, you know, I've played a few. I've only ever played Super Metroid and Fusion. I played Prime, but I never finished Prime. I should do that one day. And to be fair, Metroid Dread is like the highest selling Metroid game, I think, ever. Plus, speaking of Super Metroid, that's probably going to be higher up. So I think this is fine, personally, for Metroid. I'm giving this a strike. I enjoy WarioWare as much as the next guy. Would I put it above DKC2 or Sunshine or a couple other games? No. So yeah, that's what, 19 strikes? I'm already losing track. Never played Advance Wars, so I have nothing to say. I heard the remake was quite good, I guess. Maybe? I don't know. I think this is fine. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy Double Dash. I don't think it's like... I think it's in the upper echelon of the Mario Kart games, but not like in the upper echelons. Like, Double Dash is great. Would I put it above World? Yes, which World's probably going to be higher. Would I put it above Wii or DS? Probably not, if I have to be honest. So yeah, considering that this is the halfway point, I'll give Double Dash a pass. What are we? We're at 18 strikes, right? I probably lost count, and I apologize for that. Also, we have ads coming on the Twitch end, so there's that. Luigi's Mansion 3. I actually haven't played Luigi's Mansion 3. Or 2 for that matter. I really should. Apparently it's going on sale for Black Friday. I might pick it up if it's 30 bucks, which they're saying it is. I really do need to play the other Luigi's Mansion games because it's like I enjoyed the first game. I know 2 and 3 are different, but still. I'll give it a pass only because I can't say anything on it. I don't know if I'd put it above some of these other games in it. Wii Sports gets a pass because it's like, I mean, it's the highest selling game on the Wii. And I mean, I had fun with Wii Sports. It's something me and my family could have fun with. So yeah, I think Wii Sports deserves to be up there. Link's Awakening. Never played through Link's Awakening, so I have nothing to say on it. It's funny that they include all versions for this, but that's the first time I've seen that on this list. F-Zero X. I'm giving this a strike simply because I don't know why X is higher than GX. Because F-Zero X was on the Super Nintendo compared to GX on the GameCube, which I think is like the culmination of the series. I'd flip these. Well, I'd say I'd flip these, but I wouldn't put GX as high. So yeah, we're putting it to 19 strikes. I don't know why X is above that. Of course, you have Super Mario Bros. I'm surprised it's this low, considering, like, you know, this is the start. It's like the legacy pick of all legacy picks, so, you know. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, I'm giving this 10 strikes. I would give it more, but I do have to try and be fair, but it's like, I mean, if I was making a list, like, you already know where Banjo's going. Maybe I wouldn't put it at number 1, because it's like, this is encompassing all of Nintendo's games, but it's like, putting it at 44, this hurts my heart. This hurts my heart and it hurts my soul. It's like, you can't just be disrespecting Banjo like that, like, come on now. Why? It's like, if anything, I mean, personally speaking, I think Banjo-Kazooie is better than Mario 64, and that's another hill I'm going to die on, but it's just like, I know I shouldn't care at the end of the day. I even said they shouldn't care at the end of the day, but it's just like, I can't help with this. Like, this hurts my soul. 10 strikes. We're at 29 strikes. I will give Wonder a pass. Mainly because I expect there will be other 2D Mario games above this. Like, we haven't... Well, I mean, there's Super Mario World, obviously. That's probably going to be very, very up there. But it's just like... I don't know. You know what? I'm giving it a strike. I wouldn't put Wonder above Banjo. I'm being petty. We're putting out the 30 strikes. I mean, it's a 2D platformer compared to a 3D one, but still, I don't care. We're getting another strike with this. This is the recency bias pick. This is the absolute recency bias pick. It's like, why is there nothing with this game still? Like, we haven't had a content update, no DLC, nothing. And this game costs $80, assuming you didn't get it with your Switch 2, which most people did. But it's like, Sonic Crossworld has had like 10 different updates. We got Bonanza DLC before we got an update to this game. We're getting a freaking Animal Crossing update before we get an update for this game. Freaking Air Riders is coming out this week, and it has more content than this game offers. It's just like, Nintendo, I'm begging you, do something with this. We're giving it another, we're giving it 2 strikes, because every other game is getting content besides Mario Kart World. So we're at 31. And no, I would not put this above Double Dash for that fact alone. Alright, another legacy pick, OG Zelda, that's fair. I'm giving this a strike. Believe me, you know what? Never mind. I take that back. We're giving Melee a pass because I expect there's going to be one other Smash game that's higher than this. I would have personally put Melee a tiny bit higher, but like I said, I'm not a Melee diehard. I do think the other Smash games have other things, have their own unique spins to offer. But I think Melee is a little low personally, but I'll give it a pass. I put Kirby in the Forgotten Land higher, and I'm giving it a strike for that. Like, Kirby in the Forgotten Land is easily like top 3 Kirby titles. Still, it's amazing. I still never did get the DLC for it either, but just like, again, too many games, not enough money. Ugh. That scared me. Thank you, Ved, for the 29 months. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Yeah, welcome. We're going through IGN's top 100 games of all time. We're at 31 strikes right now. Actually, I make that 32 because I'm adding a strike for Forgotten Land. It's too low. I put it higher. Personally. You know what? We'll give Mario RPG a pass. It was the first one. Like, without Mario RPG, probably wouldn't have Mario and Luigi or Paper Mario. And I mean, yeah, I think it's a little dated by today's standards, and there are better RPGs out there, even on the Super Nintendo. But it's like it's important. I don't like the RPG nominations. We already did our Game Award votes. You're gonna have to go back to that, or check out my VOD on YouTube because I'm multi-streaming this. Because why not? I will give this a pass because I mean, Metroid Zero Mission is basically just, to my understanding, it's basically the original game and then some. And I mean, Metroid's kind of a legacy pick, so I'll give it a pass for that. Yep, there it is, GoldenEye. I'll give it a pass. I would swap this with Perfect Dark personally, but I mean, GoldenEye has all the nostalgia with it. I'm surprised it's this low considering how overrated it is, but it's like, I figured I would see it sooner or later. I'd put Perfect Dark in its spot because it's just a better version of this game, but that's me. 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. I will give it a pass strictly because it also accounts for Bowser's Fury, and Bowser's Fury is like the blueprint for Mario games going forward, personally, so I'll give it that. Yep, Star Fox 64 was way higher than the original Star Fox. I think the original Star Fox was freaking number 97, which, ooh, yeah, Star Fox 64. But yeah, I'll give it a pass. It deserves its flowers. That's strike number 33. I'd put Tropical Freeze higher, personally. You know what? I take that back. We'll take the strike back and pray that there's another Donkey Kong game that's higher than this. Because Tropical Freeze is amazing. Very nice game. You should play it. I've never played a Mother game that includes Earthbound, so I have nothing to say. I'll give it its flowers because, again, I'd consider Earthbound a legacy pick, personally. Wow, I'm surprised we got a Mega Man game at all. Nintendo acknowledged Mega Man more than Capcom ever has in recent years, which is funny. Yeah, Mega Man 2 is probably the best one out of, like, being strictly Nintendo based, so yeah. Pikmin 4. I actually have nothing to say about this. I've actually never played Pikmin 4. I've never even played Pikmin 3. My experience with the series ends with 2, and that's it. That's kind of a shame. It's not like I didn't like 1 or 2. I liked the Pikmin games. It's just, well, Pikmin 3 initially came out in the Wii U, which I didn't own a Wii U for long, and I never got around to playing Pikmin 4. I always told myself I'd play 3 first, which, I mean, both 3 and 4 are on the Switch now, so maybe if I could pick them up for cheap one day, I'll give it a shot. So, no there. I will accept this because it's like, I mean, as far as all the Mario RPGs go, be it Paper or Mario and Luigi, I'd say Thousand Year Door is the best. Honestly, like, there's only one of the Mario and Luigi games I consider goes alongside it, but yeah, Thousand Year Door deserves its flowers. I will accept this. Again, never played a Xenoblade game, so I have nothing to say. Yep, there's Gen 1. The Kanto dick riding will continue until the heat death of the universe. I personally would not have put Gen 1 this high, but again, it's basically the legacy pick right next to Super Mario Bros. It's the sensation that swept the nation, and it started this whole gravy train that, depending on how you think, is either a good thing or a very bad thing. But I mean, Pokemon had to start somewhere, and here it is. So yeah, we'll agree with that. I haven't played Aria of Sorrow, but I've heard good things about it, so I have nothing to say. Yep, there's Mario 64. I can't strike it because, I mean, it's Mario 64. It's like, again, I consider Banjo to be a better platformer than this, but you could also make the argument that we would not have Banjo if it wasn't for this game. It was basically it was the blueprint for every 3D platformer that came after it, to some extent. Like, I even go as far as to make the argument today that most 3D platformers, if not all of them, have at least a little bit of Mario 64's DNA in it, to some degree. So yeah, it's a legacy pick and it deserves its flowers. I'm surprised it's this low though. I will agree with this. Out of the Zelda games I've played, Majora's Mask is my personal favorite. Some people might argue with this, but it's like, I'll agree with this. Plus, I'm sure we haven't seen The Last of Zelda on this list anyway. I'm giving this a strike. What is this, 33? Galaxy's my personal favorite 3D Mario game. It's like, I'm giving this a strike even though I know that Galaxy 2 is probably going to be higher than this, but I don't care. I prefer the original Galaxy over Galaxy 2, to be honest. It's like Galaxy 2 plays better, but it's like Galaxy just has that pizzazz factor to it. It's like it's more of a spectacle than Galaxy 2. I mean, Galaxy 2 is basically just Galaxy and then some, which is great. That's fine, but it's just like, it still feels a little underwhelming. giving it a strike. That's 33, I think. Hey, there we go. It's future game of the year right there. I'm okay with Bonanza being this high, especially since hasn't been out relatively long. It's only been 5 months. But yeah, I gotta give this if this is how you bring a character back after over a decade long absence. It's like Bonanza is fantastic. I'd say it's the reason to own a Switch 2, even above Mario Kart. If you own a Switch 2, you owe it to yourself to play this, and it's just like, yeah, Bonanza will always have a special place in my heart. So I will accept this. Never played A Link Between Worlds. I've heard good things about it, just never touched it. I didn't have a 3DS, really. You know what? I completely forgot. Sometimes I forget Resident Evil 4 was a GameCube exclusive for a while, and then that didn't last that long. I've never played RE4. I want to play RE4 one day. I'm not sure if I should go with the original or the remake whenever I do, but yeah, I'll give it. I can accept this. Also, I don't have anything to say about this. Final Fantasy VI. I think this placement is fine. Some may argue that this is the best RPG on the Super Nintendo. I would agree, and I'm hoping that it ends up on this list somewhere. I mean, I would disagree, but Final Fantasy VI is still plenty good. I'll accept this. I'm giving this a strike because, again, I don't care about Fire Emblem. I would not put any Fire Emblem above Banjo or Bonanza or a few other games on this list, like DKC2. So yeah, that's strike number 34 for me personally. Again, not big on Animal Crossing, but I mean, this game did have a cultural impact. Like, if you want to talk about a game that released at the absolute perfect time, this is the game, because it's like New Horizons dropped during like peak pandemic, and people obsessed over this, and it's getting an update. It's getting a Switch 2 update before freaking Mario Kart World is. So I will give it its flowers for that. The only experience I have with New Horizons is seeing all the memes, because Doom Eternal dropped the same day, and that's the game that I bought instead of this. I don't regret it. Doom Eternal's great. Never finished Wind Waker. Personally not a fan of it. I don't really have much else to say about that, but I'll give it its flowers. See, there we go. You did something good, IGN. I will accept this, because this right here, this is where the Pokemon game peaked, in my opinion. Like, even aside from the fact that Gen 2 is my favorite, it's like, the fact you just took Gen 2, you updated it with Gen 4's graphics and mechanics, and just like, it's chef kiss. Like, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, like, it basically, the end of this review basically puts it the way I put it. So I simply put Heart Gold and Soul Silver are Pokemon at its very best. I couldn't have said it better myself. I will accept this. Yep, there we go. Galaxy 2. Just, yeah. Like I said, I prefer Galaxy just for like the pizzazz and the spectacle of it all. But I mean, Galaxy 2 is still a fantastic game. It's basically, again, just Galaxy and then some, which, I mean, it leaves it a little bit underwhelming. It's kind of like treading water, but I mean, you can't argue with more Galaxy. So I mean, sure, I'll accept this. Yeah, I'll give it up for Metroid Prime. Samus deserves her flowers, and it's like, whoever thought Metroid could work in 3D, I don't know what they were thinking at the time, but it worked. And we're getting a new one soon, so there's that. I will accept this. I will also accept this, because as far as Mario's 2D outings, Super Mario World 3, not Super Mario World 3, that's Wario Land, actually. I think. No. Did we ever get a Mario World 3? I don't think so. Anyway, I met Super Mario Brothers 3. Super Mario Brothers 3 is pretty good. It's not pretty good, it's very good. one of Mario's best, I'd say. So yeah, I'll accept that. Yep, there it is. Smash Ultimate. I will accept this. Some people might put Smash Ultimate in their top 10, but I wouldn't. It's the best Smash game, depending on who you ask. You know, some Melee diehards will say otherwise, but it's like, as far as just what Ultimate represents, it's like this is the dream title right here. It's like the fact that Sakurai managed to get every character from the series past is strong enough, but the newcomers he was able to pull on into the roster, it's literally the stuff dreams are made of. It's like I literally have a freaking viral tweet about me reacting to one of the trailers. Like seeing Banjo put in Smash, it was a dream 2 decades plus in the making for me, and I literally cried when it happened, like literal tears down my face, and it's beautiful. It's like we will never, I don't even think for a new Smash game, even if we do get a new Smash game, we will never get a hype cycle quite like Ultimate. Just like every trailer was basically an event. It's like between Ridley getting revealed at the start, we got K. Rool, we got Banjo, we had Sakurai yapping about Fatal Fury for an hour, Tekken. Steve's trailer literally broke the internet, and then Sakurai literally did the impossible by getting Kingdom freaking Hearts represented in this game. Like the man is a man among men, and Ultimate is literally like, it might as well be his magnum opus. We're never going to get another Smash game like Ultimate, and he's even said it himself. And honestly, I'd be fine if we didn't get another Smash past Ultimate, because it's like, you just can't top this. You really can't. Anyway, here we are at the top 10. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe basically carried the Switch. Not saying that the Switch is a bad console, it's a fantastic console, but this is the highest selling game on the Switch, and it's not even a contest. That alone should say a whole lot about it. I never owned Mario Kart 8 in the entire time I've owned a Switch, which is funny. I'm like the 1% outlier for that. But it's like, people were playing this as long as it was a Switch thing, and they supported it as long as it was on the Switch. And some people probably still play this instead of World on their Switch. Who's to say? It's not my personal favorite Mario Kart. That one would go to DS, but I'm weird like that. And that's mainly due to nostalgia, but sure. But yeah, I think this is fine for Mario Kart. Link to the Past, yeah, it's like the definitive 2D Zelda experience. I'll give it to Link to the Past. It deserves its flowers. Super Metroid, yeah, also deserves its flowers. It's one of the few Metroid games that I've played through. It still holds up fantastically to this day, and I mean, it basically is half of the phrase that it turned being Metroidvania. Like, this is the Metroid part of that, and Symphony of the Night is the Vania part. So yeah, definitely deserves its flowers. I will accept this. And speaking of, this is the best RPG on the Super Nintendo. I'd argue it's one of the best RPGs of all time. It's my personal favorite RPG of all time. So yeah, Chrono Trigger being in the top 10, I like this. I appreciate this. And it's just, yeah, heck, even the DS version of this game is fantastic. Just like, if you've never played Chrono Trigger, please do yourself a favor, find a way to play this game. It does have PC ports, which are less than stellar in my opinion, but like, please play this. And I mean, of course, you have Akira Toriyama's iconic art style, rest in peace to a legend. It's just great. It's one of the best things Square has ever put out, both pre and post Enix. Yep, Ocarina of Time, top 10. I knew it every time. It's always in the top 10. I'm not saying Ocarina of Time's overrated, but it's like, I prefer Majora's Mask, but it's like, this was also like a blueprint level game. Like this, it shook the world when it came out. we've moved on from it, but yeah, sure. Ocarina can get its flowers. I'm surprised it's this low. I would have thought it would have been number 1 or maybe number 2. But there are still some Zelda games we haven't seen. I have an inkling of where they're going to be. Yeah, this makes sense. It's like you don't think much about Tetris on first glance, but to say this was a phenomenon is an understatement. People still play Tetris to this day, and I mean, as far as like cultural impact, it's probably like one of the greatest to ever do it. It's like, I know what Tetris is, you know what Tetris is, your parents probably know what Tetris is. Heck, even your grandparents probably know what Tetris is. Some of your grandparents are probably fiends at Tetris. One of mine was. Like, everyone knows Tetris, and it does deserve its props in any Nintendo-based list. And they're still doing Tetris to this day in one version or another. It's never going to die. Yep, there it is, Odyssey. I will give it a pass, because it's like, I recently played Odyssey like a couple months back after skipping out on it for God knows how long. It's like, Odyssey is a great game, don't get me wrong. It's just, I would still put Galaxy higher, but it's like, this is basically, to me, it's like the modern day Mario 64. It's like, Mario's basically a trendsetter when it comes to platformers. Like, every Mario platformer, well, certain Mario platformers, I can't say every, some Mario platformers are just like such defining titles where it's like, you look at it and it's like, this is basically the standard that 2D and or 3D platformers are going to be for the next era or so. It was like that with Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64, and I think it's like that with Odyssey and modern 3D platformers for the modern age. Because, like, you could make the argument that a lot of 3D platformers do have, like, you know, are trying to ape off Odyssey. Not all of them, but it's like, yeah. So I will agree with this, even though I would put Galaxy above it on a list of my own. Yep, Mario World, that makes sense. It's basically Mario's definitive 2D title. Still holds up to this day. It's timeless. It's close to perfect as you can get. No notes. Yep, Breath of the Wild. And considering that it's a Nintendo list made by IGN or any game publisher, I can already guess what number 1 is going to be. Yep, there it is. Tears of the Kingdom. It's always a Zelda game. Anytime you see a publication make a Nintendo-based list, I guarantee you a Zelda game is going to be the top pick 9 out of 10 times. It's a done deal. I haven't played Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, so I can't speak, but it's just, I can't say I'm surprised. I can't say I'm surprised whatsoever. It is what it is. So yeah, that was IGN's top 100 Nintendo games of all time. I'm still very much offended by this. I gave this 10 strikes in itself, so that's how we got to either 33 or 34. I honestly forget, but yeah. But like I said, it doesn't matter if you agree with the list. It doesn't matter if you don't agree with the list. The point is that you clicked on it, and that's what IGN wants at the end of the day. It's the same with the Game Awards nominations. Like, it's such a big ball of nothing, but it's like, you're engaging with it, and that's what Geoff Keighley wants. He's in a. Is it? No, it's not mean to call Geoff an attention whore, because he is. That's the entire reason for his show, is that he wants attention, because it's not like he's really doing anything with the spotlight that he has. But that's not a discussion for right now. And I'm also not the most qualified person to have that discussion. It's just yeah. But I mean this was fun. This was fun. I had fun going through this. It was cool and all that. So yeah, that was really all I had planned for tonight. It's just something chill to sort of get back in the groove of things, even though I was only gone for the weekend. It is what it is. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. As always, those are my links. The best way to see when I go live, all that good stuff. We will get back to Penny's big breakaway on Wednesday. We'll see how much more of that game I have left to play, and then we'll just take it from there. Really, let me send you off to someone. We're gonna send you over here because apparently there also needs to be more black female streamers, even though there's plenty of them out there. You just have to broaden your horizons. Okay, bye.